It is well known there are some downsides to landing Amazon. Seattle experienced that firsthand. News 8's Kevin Reese is there. And Kevin, you know that area very well. What are you learning today?
Well, first of all, welcome to downtown Seattle. We're in the SoDo district, the south end of downtown. You may be able to see the Space Needle behind me over my right shoulder, Puget Sound off to the right. And I can tell you that I was here when Jeff Bezos started his small company back in 1994. At the time, he admitted he did not know that much about retail and sales, but he did know something about computers, and he had a very grand idea. So here we are in Seattle. These 24 years later, the upstart seller, they just started selling books at first, now perhaps one of the biggest companies in the entire world. And with Bezos, Jeff Bezos, the founder, challenging Bill Gates at Microsoft for the title of richest man in America. I can tell you, as far as reaction goes, I wish I'd kept my house here in Seattle, because the last year alone, housing prices in the city of Seattle have increased 17%. That's in 1 year alone. Now, Amazon cannot take credit for all of this. This is also the home of Starbucks and Microsoft and Boeing. But Amazon's explosive growth from their original building has been nothing short of remarkable. Multiple buildings here in downtown Seattle. Their growth has led to a massive redevelopment of an area called South Lake Union. The change in the last 10 years simply astounding. Look at some of these numbers. Amazon has 8.1 million square feet of office space here in Seattle. That's more than the next 40 biggest businesses in the city combined. That includes places like Nordstrom and the University of Washington. Amazon has more than 500,000 employees worldwide, 55,000 of those, the estimate, here in the city of Seattle. But of course, in all of this economic euphoria, there are some downsides that people talk about quite a bit. This morning, the president of the Seattle City Council gave all of us in Dallas a little bit of advice on that.
Our growth here happened very quickly, and I'd be the first to admit that it caught a lot of the leaders on their heels to a large extent. I don't even think Amazon itself could have predicted the explosive growth that they've experienced. So now that we know, I think the new cities should be prepared for that and embrace it and use it as a strength for their economy.
And later tonight, we'll have conversations here in Seattle with both Amazon lovers and Amazon haters. Both of those are here, of course. Real estate agents, of course, who are extremely happy about what has happened here. But as a good friend of mine who has lived in Seattle all this time told me, he said his reaction is that the rents are too high, the traffic is horrible, even worse than it was before, and that there are too many hipster beards in town. So a lot of people love and hate Seattle. A lot of words of warning and support as Dallas hopes that it has a chance at this very, very, very big deal. Back to you.
Bottom line, a lot of money could be headed this way. Our thanks to you, Kevin Reese, live in Seattle. Now let's